Hi everyone. I'm so sad that we're not in our classroom right now and we have been at home today. I am at home right now, as you can see, definitely not in the classroom. But I wanted to try to stay as connected with you as possible. So I just thought it would be kind of a fun idea to record a book a day and maybe give you some ideas for some things that you could be doing at home. I will send links of good websites that parents you may choose to use, and also some activities that you may do at home, just to kind of keep our creative brains moving and thinking. So one thing that I wanted to do today was talk about St. Patrick's Day. In our class last week, we talked and we wrote about leprechauns, and we wrote about what we would do if we found a pot of gold. And since tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, I just wanted to kind of keep that theme going. So today, the story that we're going to read is called The Night Before St. Patrick's Day, which is tonight. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Tonight is the night before. So as we read our story, we're going to be learning about a couple kids who are trying to catch a leprechaun, and they're building a trap and trying to do different things to catch the leprechaun so that they can get his gold. So let's see how they do if they end up catching the leprechaun. So I'm going to move this a little bit so you can see a little bit better. The night before St. Patrick's Day. 'Twas the night before St. Patrick's Day, the day to wear green. Not a creature was stirring except Tim and Maureen. They decked out the den from ceiling to floor with streamers and rainbows and shamrocks galore. Later, they carefully made traps with gold charms and rings. I bet we catch a leprechaun. They love shiny things. For if they caught one, so the legend told, they'd find where he buried his big pot of gold. They set all the traps round the room with great care, and hoped so we Irishmen soon would be theirs. The children then nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of golden coins danced in their heads. They're thinking about that gold they're going to have if they catch that leprechaun. Happy St. Patty's Day, said Dad early the next morning. Then he started to play bagpipes without a warning. He huffed and he puffed an old Irish song. Mom dished out green eggs and sang loudly along. When, from their bedroom, there arose such a clatter, the kids ran down the hallway to see what was the matter. And what to their wondering eyes should appear? What do you think it's going to be? But a terrible mess! A leprechaun was here. Oh, be quiet, whispered Maureen. He's hiding somewhere. When we find him, remember, we must hold his stare. For if you look away, if you so much as blink, leprechauns vanish, quick as a wink. The kids trailed muddy footprints back and forth across the floor. Which led them under Tim's bed and past the closet door. And then, inside a trap, they heard someone giggling. A real live leprechaun. They both saw him wriggling. His eyes, how they twinkled. His body so tiny. His hands clasped a trinket so golden and shiny. He was dressed in all green from his head to his toes, and he looked like a cobbler wearing fairy-sized clothes. The children approached him, staring straight in his eyes. "Tell us where the gold is. Don't be tricky, no lies." "I buried it under a rock, smooth and hard. It's marked with an X right in your backyard." But when the kids went outside with their shovel and pick, they instantly saw it had been a big trick. So see, the leprechaun marked all the rocks with an X so that they didn't know which one had the treasure. "Ha ha, I fooled you. It's time to disappear. Happy St. Patty's Day to you, and even better luck next year." And then at the top it says, "Happy St. Patty's Day," and there's the leprechaun riding his rainbow out to wherever leprechauns stay. All right, so in that story, the kids, they made several kinds of traps, and they really tried hard to catch the leprechaun, which they did catch the leprechaun, but the leprechaun outsmarted them, and he tricked them in a way that allowed the leprechaun to get out of the trap and get away from the kids. So he outsmarted them that way, and he also tricked them with trying to find the gold, marking all of the rocks with the X so the kids couldn't really find it. So while you're at home today, I'm going to challenge you to make your own leprechaun trap. This morning, Kaylin and I made one, and I just used things around the house that I could find. So what I had some straws. These are just plastic straws. I had some glitter, which some of you may not have glitter, but think of shiny things. Like maybe you have some shiny stickers or anything that kind of looks pretty when light hits it. So I also used coins in my trap that I'm going to show you in a minute. But I just used tape, scissors, and I even used some dental floss. So let me show you what we made. Here is our leprechaun trap. So the first thing that Kaylin helped me with is this bottom part. So this was just a white piece of paper, and she just colored it in a rainbow pattern. And then we used the big straws that I showed you. We cut them and used lots of tape to make a little ladder. And then this is just a container that I found in my kitchen. Excuse me. And that is what we will catch the leprechaun in. So inside of the trap, I don't know if you can see or not, but I have just some shiny coins in there. Some quarters, nickels, pennies, dimes, all of that good stuff. I used a straw to kind of hold open the trap. And to get him to go up the ladder, I used some glitter and some little shamrocks from my Lucky Charms cereal that I bought Kaylin this week. So what happens is when we see the leprechaun, or when Kaylin stays up late to catch the leprechaun, when he climbs in there, all she has to do is pull the string and the lid closes. And then the leprechaun is stuck in there. So there you go. And I'll give you a little peek inside of there a little bit better. So you can see there's some coins. And there's a little glow stick in there that we found. So all the things that we used to make that were just things that we found laying around. If you don't have those things laying at home or you can't think of anything to make it, maybe you could just try to draw a picture of what your trap would look like. In the story that we read the other day, remember we learned that leprechauns love rainbows and they love gold coins. They love anything shiny. They love glitter. So any of those things that you can think of to help you create your leprechaun trap would all be good things. If you do create one or even draw a picture of one, I would love to see it. Your parents can share your creations with me on Parent Square. They can take a picture and they can upload it, and that way I can see what kind of creation you came up with. I would absolutely love to see it. So I hope that you enjoyed today and our little video, my little video that I made for you guys. Like I said, it's just a good way to stay connected, and I hope that you like the rest of the stories that I picked for you. So we'll see what new one we have for tomorrow. Parents, if you have any questions, concerns, or need anything at all from me during this time, please do not hesitate to email me or reach out through Parent Square. And everyone have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.